Okay, this is a sad story about a young lady from North Plainfield that passed away at an early age. This is her at 11 years old when she made the newspapers at some sort of kindness to animals group that recognized her and a few other kids for doing good things. And this is the picture in her yearbook. She was 11 years old, by the way, when she was holding that turtle. This is kind of a rough thing to go through right now because I don't have the time to really do this, but I want to get something out there with more information. And this is to remember her. She lived at 498 Central Avenue in North Plainfield in the late 60s, early 70s. She was blonde. Her father was from Denmark, which kind of explains probably that area. This is his father, who served in World War II. He died in 2002. I was glad I was able to track that down and put some pictures on his thing. And this is where his mother was laid to rest, along with her brother, Christopher's, buried at that same tombstone. So that's good to know. The only thing we don't know is where Karen might be buried. And hopefully you'll find this out. This is right out of her yearbook, so you can see she was kind of a go-getter. And she was a sweet girl. She dated my friend Mark for a while, and I think they even went down to Florida together. And eventually she called us up after some sort of spooky cat association thing. These are more pictures of her in the high school. She's dead center there. And she went to a Halloween thing, and it was a fundraiser for the animals. And right after we got back, we had all kinds of people predicting that a blonde would enter our lives, and we couldn't figure out who it would be. And that 1 o'clock in the morning, she called him and said she wanted to get married and want Ginny to be her maid of honor. That didn't quite work out. There's some more nice pictures of her. Here she's on the left in her high school. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah, her father really loved sobs, and we'll go into that a little later. This is a car that tangled with Karen, and she got injured, and it turned out it wasn't her fault. This is an estate that was left to both her and her brother by her grandfather. Here's where the same one where her brother is also buried there. And like I said, I have a call in to find out where she's buried. It'd be nice if she got buried someplace. Anyhow, I was able to find a grave, and I found this and posted some pictures there, information on the daughter of this lady and the son of this lady who was buried there. And I did the same thing at this site here. So at least there's something building up from that standpoint. Yes, you could see she had a slight scar on her face, nothing detracting. Um, Strange how people disappear from your life and then you find out too late that they're gone. I'm still trying to find out information on Sylvia Ellis. This is that picture again, and here's that picture of her having a little turtle. I just saw a video on Ellis with her turtle that she found. I think it was a baby snapping turtle, I'm not too sure, but anyhow, she was feeding it shrimp on a video that's up on here. So this will be some remembrance of Karen Mastrup, and I'm not really rushed. Here's the car, or basically the car that he had, and apparently it was smoking. They mix oil with the fuel. It's like a chainsaw. This is the Corvair that I had at the time in North Plainfield, 66. Got it from Jim Hatch's father, and this is an R10 I bought new. And it was really a nice car, but it kind of was falling apart. This is the house where we lived in on top. It's got the garage in the back, as you can see. This is the front look. It's to the center. And we had a place on the front porch we made into a bedroom. So we had the bedroom, we had it as in more space. And this is looking down the driveway of that house to get to the garages. So it worked out. I think it was $70 a month. And this is information on her father, his place in the family. He came over at a very early age from Denmark with his father, who left money to his daughter and son. Once again, this is just a notice I popped in there. It just takes so long to do these things, and I really don't have the time, but I feel that this is where she spent her final days before I guess she died in the hospital. But in any event, this is where she lived. It seemed like a fairly nice place. I have information to find out where they buried her, but this is on her brother, who had a cycle shop. He was born in East Orange. They moved around, I tell you. They lived in a lot of different places. And I think he was complaining, Norm was complaining that his wife ran off with Gene Shepard. I think that's what they said. Okay, this is the mother's find your grave bit. And let's see, what else we got here? I think we're going to be repeating some of this stuff again. But like I said, it was you couldn't beat the rent that it was there. Matter of fact, we bought a lot of stuff for scuba diving equipment, and I got my amateur radio license there. It was a KB2 NXO or something like that, which I kind of let expire. But it was convenient. We had the Kentucky Fried Chicken just down the road. I swapped that car for a Honda 175 on off-road. And I finally donated my Corvair to a person who collected Corvairs, and they towed it away, and it was my gift to the Corvair. That's about her mother. And I used Ancestry. And that's me on the lower right. That was when I was in a radio